What if the most loyal thing your dog ever does for you happens while you're asleep, not when you're playing with them, not when you're feeding them, while you're completely unconscious and completely unaware? Because every night your dog makes a choice, and that choice tells you something about how they feel about you that words never could. Think about the last time you woke up and found your dog curled near your feet. Maybe they were pressed against your ankles. Maybe they were barely touching you, just close enough, like they needed to feel you were still there. You probably smiled, maybe reached down and stroked them without even thinking about it. But here's what most people never stop to ask. Why there? Why not the couch? Why not their bed across the room? Why not the cool floor by the window? Why always near you? And why always at your feet? Because the answer isn't about comfort. It's not about warmth. It's not about habit. It's about something happening inside your dog that most owners never fully understand. Something that goes deeper than loyalty, deeper than love, deeper than anything a simple good boy could ever explain. And once you hear it, you will never look at your sleeping dog the same way again. Before dogs were pets, they were pack animals. And in a pack, proximity wasn't a preference. It was survival. Sleeping close to another meant safety. It meant warmth in winter. It meant protection from predators in the night. It meant that if danger came, you weren't facing it alone. That instinct? It never left. Thousands of years of domestication haven't erased it. They've just redirected it. Because now, the pack isn't a group of wolves in a forest. The pack is you. You are the leader, the shelter, the heartbeat your dog returns to at the end of every day. And so when your dog chooses to sleep at your feet, they're not doing something random. They're doing something ancient, something hardwired into who they are at a cellular level. They are placing themselves at the feet of the one they trust most in the world. Let that sink in for a moment, but here's where it gets even more interesting. Because it's not just where they sleep, it's why they choose that specific spot. You might have noticed your dog doesn't sleep on your face. They don't curl on your chest or drape themselves across your arms. At least, not when they're settling in for the night. They go to your feet. And there's a reason for that. Dogs are incredibly tuned in to human movement. Your feet are the first part of you that moves when you get up. Before you open your eyes, before you say a word, before you stretch, your feet shift. Your dog knows this. They've studied you. Quietly, patiently, in a way that would honestly feel a little intense if a human did it. They know your schedule. They know your sounds. They know the difference between you rolling over in your sleep and you actually waking up. And they've positioned themselves at the exact place that will give them the earliest possible warning that you're about to move, because they don't want to miss a second with you. Think about that. While you were sleeping, your dog was already preparing to be there when you woke up. Most people will call that just a dog being a dog. But that's not just instinct. That's devotion. And there's something even more heartbreaking underneath it that I need to tell you about. Here's something that dog behaviorists don't always say out loud. For your dog, every time you walk out that door, every single time, there's a part of them that doesn't know if you're coming back. Not because they're broken, not because they haven't been trained, but because their mind doesn't process temporary the way yours does. You know you'll be gone for 8 hours. You know you have a job, errands, a life outside the house. Your dog knows only one thing. Their favorite person is gone. They don't have a clock. They don't have a concept of work. They don't have a way to say, she always comes home by 6, it'll be okay. They just wait. So at night, when you finally come home, when you eat, watch TV, wind down, and eventually lie down, your dog is not just sleeping near your feet. They are exhaling. They are releasing the tension of a whole day of not knowing. Your presence, your smell, the rise and fall of your breathing. It tells them, you're here. You came back. It's okay now. And the closest spot to anchor themselves to that feeling? Your feet. The place where your movement begins. The place they'll feel it first if something changes. I know, it's a lot, but stay with me, because there's still one more layer to this, and it's the one that's going to stay with you. There's a phrase in animal behavior called proximity seeking. It describes the way an animal in distress naturally moves towards their attachment figure, the being they feel safest with. You see it in puppies running to their mother. You see it in children reaching for a parent's hand in a crowd. You see it in your dog, quietly patting over and pressing against you when there's a storm outside or a strange sound in the night. Proximity seeking isn't about dependence. It's not weakness, it's love, in the purest, most unfiltered form that living creatures know how to express. And here's what makes it even more powerful. Your dog isn't just seeking proximity to feel safe. They are also positioning themselves to keep you safe. Dogs who sleep at their owner's feet often have one paw slightly forward, or their body angled toward the door. They are guarding you. While you sleep, while you are at your most vulnerable, while the world outside continues on without either of you, your dog is watching over you. Not because you asked, not because they were trained to, because in their world you are worth protecting. You are worth the discomfort of a cold floor, worth waking up at every strange sound, worth staying alert so you don't have to be. When was the last time someone loved you that quietly? Music softens. Narration slows. Your dog doesn't understand what you do all day. They don't know what a deadline feels like, or traffic, or the weight of a hard conversation. They don't know what it means when you come home quieter than usual, or when you sit on the floor next to them and just breathe. But they notice. They notice when your voice sounds different, when your shoulders are lower, when you sigh in a way that isn't quite right, and they do what they've always done. They come closer. They don't try to fix it. They don't say the wrong thing. They don't tell you it'll be okay when they don't actually know that. They just stay right there, near your feet, breathing, warm, present. Because for your dog, love isn't a grand gesture. It's not a speech or a gift or a perfectly chosen moment. Love is proximity. Love is I will be here when you wake up. Love is I will stay close in case you need me. Love is you are the center of my world, and I want you to feel that even while you sleep. Your dog has been telling you this every single night, and now you know what they've been saying. So, what does this mean for you, practically? First, let them. If your dog wants to sleep near you, near your feet, on the edge of the bed, tucked against your side, let them. Unless there's a medical reason not to, that closeness is good for both of you. Studies on human-animal bonding show that physical proximity between dogs and their owners lowers cortisol levels, the stress hormone, in both species. Your dog sleeping near you doesn't just comfort them. It helps you too. Second, notice the small things. The way they glance at you before they settle down. The way they sigh when they finally get comfortable. The way their body relaxes, completely, when they're close to you. That's not nothing. That's the fullest expression of trust a dog knows how to give. And third, remember what you mean to them. On the days when things feel heavy, when you're not sure if you're doing enough, being enough, giving enough, remember that somewhere in your home there is a living creature who chose you, not because you're perfect, not because you never make mistakes, but because to them, you are home. The reason your dog sleeps near your feet isn't really about feet at all. It's about fear and love and trust so deep it has no words. It's about a creature who has reorganized their entire existence around one simple truth. You are the most important thing in their world. And every night, while you're sleeping, they prove it. They give up the soft couch. They give up the warm bed. They choose a harder, colder spot, just to be near you, because near you is enough. Near you is everything. That spot at your feet? It isn't just where your dog sleeps. It's where they feel whole. If your dog is near you right now, maybe even near your feet as you watch this, take a second. Look at them. Really look. because they've been looking at you that way every single day, quietly, patiently, without ever needing you to notice. But now you do. Give them a little extra love today. They've earned it, probably more than any of us ever realize. And if you want to tell me your dog's name in the comments, I'd genuinely love to know. Because every dog curled at someone's feet tonight has a story, and that story deserves to be heard. Soft music, fade out. End card, subscribe, see next video recommendation.